welcome to my channel. This is Cheryl. Thank you so much for being here today. I really do appreciate it. And I hope no matter where you are in the world, that you are having an amazing day, that you are safe, and that you are enjoying your digital planner as much as I am. So grab your cup of coffee. I'm going to take a quick sip of mine right now. That is delicious. And what a way to start the day with a fresh cup of freshly brewed coffee. So we are in the second quarter of the year. We have, at least I have, planned my month of January, and pretty much things went along as planned. I did have some, for the month of March, some unexpected things happened in the month of March, but I continue to press on. So let's see, we can go to March now. Go to that page. And I do like using, as someone said, I do like making my planner pretty. And I do use a lot of elements, that some of them I make myself. And I do have an Adobe subscription, so I download some things from there. So most of these on this page, a lot of them I did design myself. So as we get ready to go into the second quarter of the year, we can look back and reflect and think about how things went for that year, and maybe see if there are some things that we can do a little bit better. So being a little bit more creative as an artist and wanting to create a few more of my own elements. So let's go over to April, and I do have the links in my planner, and I have it pretty much laid out. I just have a couple more appointments that I need to add in here, so I'm just going to duplicate this, and I am going to just add it. Well, I think I know what the problem is. Okay, one of the things I did is I turned off images. So when you do that and then you do use the lasso, if you have that turned off, everything doesn't copy or duplicate. So there, now we see it. So we can duplicate it, and this one here, I don't have, we were on spring break for Bible Study Fellowship this week, so I can take that one off, and then I can bring this down here. So that is April. So far, no other changes in there. So I've got my dashboard here and my goals and my plan, and I want to talk about the plans for this month and this week's digital plan. So let's go ahead and plan out this current week. Okay, so I've got a few things, a few elements that I want to use in my plan. So let's go up here, and I'm going to use this plant here, and you can see it doesn't have a clear background, so I'm going to click on these three dots, and I'm going to send it to the back. Okay, and let's go to the next one. As I said, I do like to make my planner a little festive, so I like to add a lot of elements in my planner. And if anything doesn't have a clear background, I just click on those three dots and send it to the back. So I'm going to send it behind there. So you don't usually recognize the change until you click off of it. So I've got most of everything on here already laid out. I do see I need to make a couple of changes. in here. And again, I'm going to send this to the back. If I could say anything to the makers of GoodNotes, it would be to, when you add your elements, that you can see the change before you click off of it. Okay, so homeowners association meeting. So let's see, we can add this house here. And I think that kind of gives it a nice little feel. Kind of retro in a way. Did I send it? Did I click on that? Okay. And click off of there. And what else do we have? I can get rid of this because we don't have that this week. Send that to the trash. And I think I have a couple more. I'm going to add this one here. And then I've got my plans for this month. And I'll talk a little bit more about those. So, kind of, one of the things about creative walks is seeing nature in a different way. And you can see colors, you can see textures, flowers, and that can give you some inspiration when you want to create your elements. And you might be surprised at what you might find in nature, seeing things in a different way, in a different light. And the next is digital detox. How am I spending my time? So, as they say, out with the old, in with the new, and doing a digital cleanup, a detox, a kind of a spring cleaning digitally. And I know I need to do that because my files are quite a mess. So I know I need to go in and organize those. Try something new. What can I do to switch up routines? You know, sometimes we get stuck in the process. And so looking back, breaking away from old routines and finding new ways to do things. So that's one of the things I want to do. And then finding some new fonts or, brush packs. And I watched this Adobe Live show called File New. And every week he comes up with different fonts of the week. And so I found this one is called Naked Script. And in the next one, in my next video, I'll show that one to you because I haven't uploaded it here. So I'll show that one to you. And so that's pretty much my plan for this week. Kind of looking at, what I've done before and maybe breaking up some of the routines as to how I do things. Now, in one of the videos, I just want to go back a little bit and show you how I'm using my my meal tracker. So you can see here, I'm keeping track of my meals, and I did add a place down at the bottom for my weight. And so I'm just going to keep my hand over it so that you really can't see how much I weigh because I am trying to lose weight. So and that's one of my goals for the year is to lose weight. And I don't know why I did that. So anyway, I'll find that. But that is pretty much all I have for today in my weekly plan and my monthly plan as well. So as always, thank you for joining me. Ciao for now. Don't forget to like and subscribe and also share with your friends. And I hope that you continue to shine a light in this world because there's so much going on. And of all the things you can be kind. Kindness does matter. And you never know what a smile can do for a person. We may never know the impact that we have on other people's lives. So take care and shine your light brightly, add joy to someone today. Until next time, again,